Facebook Live, Facebook Live. We have a ride, 7:30. Running, trying to get it all done, y'all. You know me, I be busy as I don't know what, but we love the Most High. We can't miss. That's what we don't like to do. We gonna get it in. We gonna get it in. Tracy, thanks for chiming in. Miss Jones in the building. Nicole in the building. See, y'all be patient with me, boy. I love it, too. Okay, Israel, brace yourself because we're going to teach on some stuff today, this evening. And all that get understanding. Taylor in the building. Somebody call Alexander in the building. A coach. Do anyone know Donna's number? Let me see if I got to call her. No. Let me see. Add call. Let me see, y'all. I know I'm late. Tell me if she on, y'all. Let me see. I'll call Rita B. Hate throwing folks off because it's my fault. That whole thing, y'all. Y'all, we're going to get it in. I want Israel on here for sure. Yep, Miss Jones. Shalom. We getting it in. We getting it in. Y'all get y'all books out because I just want to make something plain this evening real quick. We on right now. I gotta go. I'm on Facebook Live. Okay, let's learn today. I like to clear up controversy, right? Just so in all that getting, we can get understanding. I don't mind going against the grain when the grain I'm going against is a false teaching. But I'm gonna do it in love. And I want all y'all to post and share. So we can get it. Let's get a quick prayer in. Spirit of the Most High, we love you. Thank you for this opportunity coming before you. Humble to know how I trust in you. At your word, let your word go forth with clarity, falling down the souls of your children, springing up in everlasting life. We're completely trusting you for this. Uh-oh. I don't see myself on here. And we trust you, believe you, we thank you. In the master name of Yahudah, HaMashiach, we only pray. Hallelujah, hallelujah, and amen. See, I'm not on the, what? Let me see. We're going to get it in, y'all.
Hello. Please enter your 6-digit conference code. Welcome to free conference calling. We will now connect you to your call. There are 3 attendees in this conference.
This ain't even showing. See, we on some dumb stuff again. This is... We on, but I can't see y'all. This is crazy. Here we go with this dumb stuff again. This is bananas, man. Another problem with the thing again. This don't make no sense at all.
We see you, though.
No, you see me on Facebook. The conference... I mean, they tripping again, but I ain't got time to play with them right now. Feel me? So we just finna get in the word. That's what's up, man. This is crazy. Let me ask a question, though. Let me see something. See, it won't even let me. Let me try. This is crazy. Mo, I take it you on. I don't know what to do. I ain't gonna even mess with it. I don't know who on the line, but however, bless you, it's tripping. Let's get in the word. Y'all, let's go to Timothy. Let's work with this. I want to clear this up again. I got to keep doing this. A quote, Raya, Miss Baka. You my Miss Baka for real. I love you, Raya. Look at this. We're gonna beat up this false doctrine. It'd be rough. Israel, I'm gonna keep messing with you. Huh? 1 Timothy 1 and 7. Y'all write this down, meditate in it so we don't have to keep revisiting this. We will for other people, but it shouldn't be for the core people that's a part of the ministry. We got to get past this. And so we got to get past this. And I don't like it when Israel keep reverting back, right? So let's deal with it. 1 Timothy 1. I'm going to deal with it. So here we go. 1 Timothy 1 and 7. Look what it says. It says, designed to be teachers of the law, understanding neither what they say nor whereof they affirm. Okay, Timotheus is, for the lack of a better term, clowning, because this stuff is in the way, right? The worst thing Israel can do, it's not the worst, but it's not cool. One of the worst things Israel could do is wake up like a bear out of hibernation, right? A bear they hibernate, right? They go into hibernation, right, with the same little bear coat on, right? And when they wake up, they got the same clothes on, right? Or a person go to prison like, I'm gonna get you, sucker. He go in there with that little outfit on with the goldfish in the heels, right? He get out 20 years later. He pimp walking like he got it going on. He end up jogging and breaking his little fish tanks, trying to get out of Dodge because he ancient as heck. And the same thing, lightweight with Israel, that we finally finding out who we are, and we wake up and fall right back under the law. And it's just silly. It's just absolutely, ridiculous, right? Designed to be teachers of the law, and then we're gonna put on the teacher hat too. Feel me? We're gonna open up a camp. We're gonna get a camp. And I don't want to talk bad to Israel like this, right? I just gotta shake it a little bit tonight. I really do. I'm gonna do it in love. Carrie, how you doing, young lady? Good to see you on. But I'm gonna have to shake it a little bit so we can wake up to what's really going on, right? I'm gonna get you, sucker. You right, Ray. Look, designed to be teachers of the law, right? Understanding neither what they say nor what they affirm. You got a bunch of folks hollering hallelujah based on folks telling everybody you got to keep the law. Well, then, see, you're going to think we got to keep the law if you don't understand the word. Because you're going to think without the law, people are going to live lawlessly. Because you don't know the word. Had you know the word, you wouldn't think, am I talking too tough? I don't want to do that, Israel. I don't want to come off mean. But I want you to understand something. We got to start learning to rightly divide the word of truth and cut out all this foolishness. Israel that's on here, push share because some folks going to be mad at me. But at least it's going to help the wake up. Because I'm excited the fact that folks is coming out of Catholicism, right? They're coming out of Catholicism, the little Trinity hype, all this Catholic fake holiday, satanic holidays and all that. Think that the Messiah's resurrection is Easter when it's really Tammuz resurrection. Thinking that Christmas is the Messiah's birthday when it's really Tammuz's birthday. See, we're waking up to all that dumb stuff, right? But we fall back up under the law, and it's just ridiculous. How you doing? Yup, star. Real. Listen, designed to be teachers of the law. Understanding neither what they say nor where they're confirmed. Mute your phone. Whoever's on my phone, please mute your phone, because I couldn't mute it because the thing tripping, and I hear noise. Designed to be teachers of the law, understanding neither what they say nor where they affirm. That is saying that they teaching stuff that's not right, and you got your so-called amen corner. You got folks that's agreeing and don't even know what the heck they talking about is what the 7th verse is talking about, right? Now watch this. But we know that the law is good. See, those that are awakened know that the law is good if a man use it lawfully. It is not good if you use it wrong. It is not good if you preaching people up under a carnal commandment. See, the Old Testament Torah is history. And they're allegories, they're stories that lead us to the Spirit. It was shadows leading us to the Mashiach, y'all. The Torah, the lifestyles, the things that happened. His history was speaking to us so that we would be able to rightly divide or get the life out of what it was saying. Let's keep going. So we know that the law is good if a man use it lawfully. Knowing this, how you going to use it lawfully? You got to know this. Do we know this? Let's see what we should know. Knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man. Listen to this. Did you understand that? The law is not made for a righteous man. Are you righteous? You Israel, right? You Israel. You're a believer. You're spiritual Israel, right? You've been grafted in. You've been grafted into the family tree of Abraham. Not by blood. It's the faith that he had. He's coined the father of it, right? So, knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man, are you righteous? Because if you're righteous, the law ain't for you. Let that sink in, or you don't believe the word now. Okay, we'll deal with what you think you know. Because what you think you know, you don't know. Because the word is going to prove itself, with or without your permission. With or without your amen, your agreement. Knowing this, you got to know. If you're going to use the law lawfully, it is good if you use it lawfully. If you use it wrong, it ain't good. You'll fall from what they call grace. You'll fall from depending on the Most High. Knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man, but for the lawless. Who is the law made for? For the lawless and the disobedient. The law is not for a righteous man, it's for the lawless and the disobedient, for the ungodly and for the sinners. Who is the law made for? For the lawless, the disobedient, the ungodly, and for sinners? For the unholy, for the profane, for the murderers of fathers and murderers of mothers, for manslayers, for whoremongers, for them that defile themselves with mankind. That's homosexuality, y'all. That's who the law is made for. For men stealers, kidnappers, for liars, for perjured person, and if there be any other thing contrary to sound doctrine. Who is the law made for? We're going to go back, but let's deal with it. Mute your phone, please. Listen, Galatians 3. I want y'all to get this. Y'all write these scriptures down and go back over them, right? But Galatians 3:16. Y'all with me? Let's get it in. Galatians 3:16. Look what it say. Now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made. Y'all got that? The Mashiach fell in love with Abraham on a whole nother level because he believed Yah. There was no law. There was no 10 commandments. There was no, There was no law. And the Most High made a promise to Abraham and to his seed. And he said not to seeds as of many. He was really talking about the Mashiach. Now, if you were in history when it happened, you would think that he was talking about his immediate children. But he actually, the Most High was going to let the Messiah come through his bloodline. He was looking for a bloodline for the Savior to be born through. And he ran into a Negro that believed him by his word, and that had faith in him. He didn't need no law. See, because he believed Yah was accounted on him for righteousness, because that's the true righteousness that gets us to heaven, is when we believe the Most High. When we believe the Creator and don't call him a liar like Adam and Eve did, that's when you got it made in the shade 100%. And the type of believing him is the type that listen and obey and have complete confidence in that he going to perform what he said. And that was the attitude of Abraham. And that caused the Most High to say, you know what? The Mashiach can come and rescue the world through your lineage, through your bloodline. But, and it didn't say seeds. It wasn't the whole bloodline because the rest of his bloodline was tripping. It took the bloodline that led us to the Mashiach. The Mashiach is the seed. It didn't say seeds with an S. And thy seeds, which is the Mashiach, 16th verse, right? And this I say that the covenant that was confirmed before of Yah in the Mashiach, the law, which was 430 years after. So the law came 430 years after the Most High made the promise to to Abraham. Why did the law come 430 years later? There was a reason. Because the children of Abraham was lawless. They didn't obey the Most High. There was no need of the law until them jokers came. Until our ancestors came. And they messed up and blew it. They didn't act like they daddy Abraham. They didn't believe the Most High. They didn't have faith in the Most High. So he had to he started kicking their butt. They ended up in slavery in Egypt because they didn't follow the Most High. So when he delivered them out of Egypt and had them in the wilderness, he said, I'm going to enter into a covenant agreement because the word teaches where there's no law, there's no transgression. They were scandalous, but they had no measure and stick to prove it. So he gave them the law. And when the law came, the whole world became guilty before Yah. The rest of the world was already guilty. Now he's dealing with his children. He set aside a certain people that the Mashiach would come through their bloodline, but they acted like heathens. They acted like fools. So he entered into a covenant agreement with them where there's no law, there's no transgression. He gave them the law so now they can see. So the whole world is already condemned. Now, when the law came, they were added. They was already walking in condemnation. They was already sinning, but they had no way of knowing it until the law came. So he entered into a covenant agreement with them in the wilderness and gave them the law, which was 430 years later. Look, and I say this, that the covenant that was confirmed before of Yah in the Mashiach, the law, which was 430 years after, cannot disannul that it should make the promise of none effect. So in other words, he made a promise to Abraham that he was going to bless his seed and the Mashiach would come through that line. Right? Well, he going to keep that promise. He said, I'm going to bless your seed. He going to keep that promise too. See, Catholicism teaches that Israel is obsolete. We'll deal with that too. But no, he keeping his promise. He keeping his promise to the people that he was going to make the head and not the tail. And they blew it. And Deuteronomy 28 records it. They blew it. They blew it. He gave them the law and he told them, don't blow it. Well, they blew it. And they knew better because he gave them the 10 Commandments in the wilderness. When he told them, don't blow it. That's why they shipped to the four corners of the earth in slavery now. They're supposed to be the head and now they're the tail. They're the least, but they're the most. Hey, I went to the store today with Stonell. That woman was staring at him like he was a thot. I said, lady, he ain't finna steal nothing. Oh, no. Later on, she admitted when he walked out. I said, you were staring at him like he was going, oh, that's our job. I thought you just said that you wasn't doing that. Liar. Anyway, liar, pants on fire. Because we hated of all folk. We supposed to be the head, now we the tail, right? Out of punishment. Because our ancestors blew it. Alvin, good to see you on, man. I miss you, bro. Stay in contact with me now. And this I say, that the covenant which was confirmed before of Yah in the Mashiach, the law which was 430 years after, cannot disannul, cannot take away, cannot cancel out the promise that he made to Abraham, right? For if the inheritance be of the law, it is no more of a promise. See, he promised that he would bless his seed, and he promised that the Mashiach would come through his loins. He promised, and he keeping the promise too. But Yah gave it to Abraham by promise. He didn't give it to him by the law. So watch this. 19 verse say, wherefore then serveth the law? Why, Israel, do you want to serve the law? You super excited about finding out who you is? That's good. Well, we ate a clean diet, didn't we? Before we went to slavery? That's good. That's beautiful. Well, we kept the tabernacle and the oracles was given to us. That is good. That's fantastic. I'm going to ask somebody to please mute your phone. I keep saying it over and over again. Wherefore then serveth the law? Why do you want to serve the law? Listen why it was added. It was added because of transgressions. Thank you for muting your phone. It was added because of transgressions. Did y'all hear that? It wasn't the original. It was added for a reason. And the reason is because the children of Abraham didn't act like Abraham. So it was added to show them that you ain't like your daddy. You're not, I have to show you where there's no law, there's no transgression. So he gave them the law so they could see the transgression. He didn't give it so you can have salvation. He gave it to you to show where you come up short. Abraham didn't have that. There was no law when the Most High was dealing with Abraham. So he's asking, why you want to serve the law? Serve me. Come on, y'all. Why are you going to serve the measuring stick or the proof that you scandalous? Ain't no salvation in that. That's condemnation in that. It wasn't there for you to serve it. It was there to show you that you need to serve him. Folks want to serve the law. You need to serve him. And the law was proving that you wasn't serving him. It was added because of transgression. For how long, y'all? Till the seed should come to whom the promise was made. How long, y'all? Oh, it ain't all fulfilled. Listen. It ain't fulfilled. The law ain't fulfilled. We still under the law. Okay, I'm going to read 19 again. Okay, listen, Israel, come on, y'all. Let's cut this dumb stuff out. Can I call it dumb without you getting that mad? Listen, look at the word. Look what it's saying. Why do you want to serve the law? It asks the question, right? Then look what it say. It told you why it came. It was added because of transgressions, because Israel was tripping and transgressing against the Most High, right? Till the seed should come. Did the seed come yet? Till the seed should come. Until the seed should come. Did the seed come? If the seed came, then what you doing? Serve him, not the law. Oh, come on, y'all. Can you mess with me? What about this commandment? Oh, I'm gonna teach you today, Josephat. I don't leave no stones unturned. But what about the commandment? I don't understand what you're saying. Tell me more. But you can hit me too. But I don't know what you're saying. But we can deal with it. So I'm still asking the question, right? Well, why you want to serve the law? Listen to what the word is saying, y'all. Why do you want to serve the straight 100% word? Why you want to serve the law? This is what the word said. It was added because of transgression. At least we know why the law was added. It was not the standard of salvation. It was to prove you didn't have salvation because you was walking in disobedience to the Most High. So he gave you the 10 Commandments. It would prove that you're guilty, and it would hopefully have you looking forward to a Savior, someone that would come and rescue you from yourself, right? Till the seed should come to whom the promise was made. Do y'all get that? The law came because of transgression, and it was going to serve its domain until the Mashiach came. Do y'all see that? Jehoshaphat, get back to me. Can you see it? Read it. Look. Go to Galatians 3:19. Look what it say. It said, wherefore then serves the law. It's actually why you want to do that. You don't want to do that, I'm telling you. Wherefore then serves the law. It was added because of transgressions. Do we get that? Till when? Until when, right? Until Yahushua. Come on, Ray, are you preaching? Until Yahushua would come. To whom the promise was made. Remember the promise was made to Abraham? That the seed would come through him? Well, here he is. So, why you want to serve the law? It was added because of transgressions, and it served its purpose until the Mashiach came. Till the seed should come to whom the promise was made, and it was ordained by angels in the hand of a mediator. Well, let's look, y'all. Look at this. Go to Romans 10 right quick. We're going to talk about it. Israel, I'm hollering at you today because the Gentile is grafted in your family, so we got some family business to deal with tonight. The Gentiles grafted in our family. We need to learn more about our family and the Most High, our daddy. So we don't be serving the law. We need to serve him. But look what Romans 10:1 say. Brethren, this is Shaul talking, right? Look what he's saying. He said, brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to Yah for Israel is that they might be saved. Listen what he's saying, right? He said, my prayer to Yah for Israel is that they might be saved. Ain't they supposed to be saved? Ain't they the chosen people? Well, this is insinuating that they're not. They just think they are. Because they want to serve the law. Because they're under carnal commandments. They don't know what it is to be led by the Ruach, have a true relationship with the Most High. But he breaking it down tonight. Brother, my heart's desire and prayer to Yah for Israel is that they might be saved. Listen to the insinuation in that. Don't get upset with me. Listen to this. Brother, my heart's desire and prayer to Yah for Israel is that they might be saved. Look what he say. For I bear them record, they have a zeal of Yah. Yeah, we'll grow the beard. We'll get the ephod. We'll get feel me? We'll do the whole outer appearance thing. Long beard and everything. We got the hat, we hooked up. We didn't mess around, found out who we is. Man, we find the little pieces, little jewelry pieces. I ain't mad at you. Ain't nothing wrong with knowing who you are and embracing your heritage. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But ain't no salvation in it. That's carnal stuff. He ain't into ephods and beards. He's into soul salvation. He's into relationship. Come on, y'all. Look, I bear them record they have a zeal. You know what zeal is? The wardrobe. You want to blow the sefer now? I hear you. For I bear them record they have a zeal of Yah, but not according to knowledge. They don't know what the heck they're doing. They think that the Most High is pleased with that stuff. When that stuff wasn't nothing but shadows. That stuff was him dealing with a carnal people, teaching them stories and allegories that would lead them to becoming spiritual. That would lead them, it was a shadow, the tabernacle, the feast days, the festivals, all those, the Sabbaths, all those was pointing to the coming of the Mashiach. Those were shadows. All the articles of clothing, all the furniture, all the wardrobe, Aaron's beard, everything was a shadow. Burning of incense, all those were shadows. Fringes, all those were shadows of the coming of Yah coming to rescue us. Because he's a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. Not no doggone physical tabernacle. What your beard got to do with you being an adulterer? You scandalous as you got a beard. Now you good, huh? You what? You got the ephod? You good now? What, you blow the thing? You good? Nah, you ain't good. They did all that. They wasn't good, and you ain't either. Ain't no good in that. That was leading you to the Mashiach. If you get into the Ruach, you'll find out what all that stuff really meant. There's a spiritual meaning behind it, not no carnal doggone command. Come on, y'all. But he's still coming. He came, didn't he? Didn't he come? We're going to deal with it, though. You know I love you, Jehoshaphat. We just getting it in with passion because you know I love you. You know I do, too. I want to hear from you. For they being ignorant. Listen to what he say, though. They being ignorant. You don't know. They being ignorant of Yah's righteousness. You don't even know what it is yet. Can these dry bones live? He said, prophesy to him, son of man. Prophesy to him. The flesh came up on the bones, but they still didn't have a ruah. There was no breath in them. But he prophesied. Then he dropped the spirit in them. Then they're going to wake up and be able to rightly divide this thing. For they being ignorant of Yah's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness, that's the law. You're going to establish a righteousness that come from carnal commandments, and the carnal commandments came to prove that you didn't have him, that you should be looking forward to the Mashiach coming because you don't have him because the whole world became guilty. Nobody is justified by the law before Yah, and folks still want to do it. Those that think they keeping the Sabbath. So first of all, you got a whole nother calendar that says Thursday. That's one thing. Secondly, say, well, I ain't going to rock that on you. I'm just going to say, okay, cool, Saturday, Sabbath day. Sabbath day, Saturn day. All right. So you got it going on Saturday, right? You ain't keeping the law. You ain't supposed to do nothing. You ain't supposed to do you driving. You ain't supposed to do that. You cooking. What you doing? What are you doing on the Sabbath? You ain't supposed to do nothing. Do you even know the law? Do you know what it really looks like to keep the Sabbath? Do you know where you got to be? We need to be doing some pilgrimages back to Jerusalem. Oh, we can't do that? Oh, but we keeping the Sabbath? Oh, we doing it on a curve, a little level the whole lump. If you can't keep it 100%, then you're guilty of the whole law. The word teaches. Here we go. For they being ignorant of Yah's righteousness, right? They don't know. They don't know the word like they think they do, right? But we're going to deal with it. For they being ignorant of Yah's righteousness, going about to establish their own righteousness, and have not submitted themselves to the righteousness of Yah. Look with the 4th verse say. The Mashiach is the end of the law for righteousness to everyone that believeth. Did the Mashiach come? For the Mashiach is the end of the law for righteousness to everyone that believeth. Did the Messiah come? Did the Mashiach come? He coming back, but did he come? Till the seed should come? Did the seed come? For the Mashiach is the end of the law. For the Mashiach is the end of the law. For righteousness. The Messiah is the end of the law. Come on, y'all, mess with me. Galatians 3, one more time. Right? Look what it say. Look what it say. It said 19, 3 and 19, Galatians 3 and 19. Wherefore then serves the law? Why you want to serve the law? It was added because of transgressions till the seed should come. Isn't the seed of Abraham? Do you know what the seed of Abraham is? His flesh. Did that help? The seed of Abraham is the flesh of Abraham. Can you agree with that? Did the Mashiach come born in the flesh of Abraham? Didn't he? Wasn't he born of a virgin and came here? Born of the seed of Abraham? Didn't he? Wherefore there serveth the law. It was added because of transgression till the seed should come. Did the seed come? When he come back, he already put on his other body. When he come back, he's not coming as flesh and blood. He came and was born of the seed of Abraham already. Why serveth the law? It was added because of transgression until the seed should come to whom the promise was made. And it was ordained by angels in the hand of a mediator. Is y'all getting this? Back to Romans 4. Look. Brother, my heart's desire and prayer to Yah for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record, they got a zeal of Yah. They love him. And they're going to wake up too. We're still in the process though. Have a zeal of Yah, but it ain't according to knowledge. When you find out from a historical standpoint that you've been lied to, and it's provable from a historical standpoint, all the way down to the bloodline. When you carnal, you get mad as heck, and you hate white people. I mean, hate them. Because what they did, they really did do it to you, but you got to realize the Most High is the one had them do it. As a punishment, if you study up on it, right? And whoever do something to Israel, he get them. And he's lining up to get them right now. All it's coming to a head, literally right now. It's all coming into fruition. But vengeance is his. It don't belong to you. So you got folks from a historical standpoint. Our people's historians, boy, they digging it up. And the earth is just snitching. And they grabbing all the evidence, too. All the books and all the old maps. And you feel me? They snatching it up. We know about Negro land. We know about how they changed Southeast Africa into Northeast Africa into, they call it the Middle East. they hustling, boy. They done repainted the images or whatever. They did it. They changed the Egyptian into white people, and the Egyptians is the son of Ham, and Ham means black. But you know they just twisted the game, right? So we unfolding all that. We tired of the white Jesus and the Catholicism, all they fake holy days and all that. We up on it. We waking the game up. But when you find that out from a historical standpoint and you carnal, you're gonna get mad. You ain't gonna be saved. You're in the process of getting saved. Because your first reaction is gonna be you're gonna be mad. You're gonna be hateful. Because you don't know yet. Because you don't have a ruah like you think you do. You're a historian. You can study. Look, the letter killeth. It's the ruah that gives life. The letter killeth, but it's the spirit that gives you life. The spirit of the Most High, which is love. You're not appointed on the wrath. And you ain't got nothing to be mad about. And if you do, you're mad at Yah because he's the one that did it. In Deuteronomy 28, he said, just like I had pleasure on blessing you, I'm going to have pleasure on destroying you. because you're hard-headed. You're a stiff-necked, hard-headed people. And what we should do is wake up spiritually, apologize to the Most High for our forefathers, and apologize for ourselves and wake up and cut out all this foolishness, right? Romans 10:3, for they being ignorant of Yah's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness and have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of Yah. For the Mashiach is the end of the law. Did the Mashiach come yet? For the Mashiach is the end of the law for righteousness to everyone that believes. You a believer? All right, let's go again then. Let's go to Matthew's real quick, right? Just want to help out today. Look, Matthew, Yahudah 11:28. Look what it say. Just real quick, y'all. Look, Yahudah 11:28. Look what it say. It says, come on to me, all you that labor and heavy laden, and I'll give you rest. You want rest? You want the true Sabbath? Come on to me, all you that labor and heavy laden, and I'll give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and you shall find rest unto your souls. Did you hear that? You want to rest to your soul? You want to rest? You want the true Sabbath? The true rest that Hebrews 3 and 4 was talking about? More so, the part I'm talking about is Hebrews 4, when the Sabbath day was renamed in David in Psalms 95. If you read Psalms 95, you'll find out that he renamed it in David to today. Because every day we should be resting from our works. It's not a carnal commandment. That's why Romans, the 14th chapter, say, some believe you can only eat herbs. And they called him weak in the faith. And some believe you can eat all things. It went on to say some pick a specific day to serve him. And some believe that you serve him every day alike. He said, okay, let them be fully persuaded in their own mind. He's not hating on you to that point. If you want to pick a specified day to serve him, I bet you what, you better be serving him on them other 6 days. Ain't no breaking this. You think a particular day got you going? Colossians said, let no man judge you concerning the new moons, the feast days, or the Sabbaths. Which wasn't nothing but a shadow of the Mashiach coming. But say you ain't got that. Okay, pick a day then. I'm going to serve him I'm resting every single day for my works. And that's exactly what it was talking about, because the physical Sabbath is a covenant that he made forever. You right. Not on a specified day. You think it is, because you don't have the understanding yet. Being ignorant of Yah's righteousness, going about to establish your own right. He is not tripping off carnal commandments. What do having a specified day got to do with your soul and your relationship with the Most High? What he hollowed a particular day as a shadow of the fact that he gonna sanctify every day through the sanctification of your relationship with your Creator. And the Mashiach came as the fulfillment of that. That's why he said, come on to me, all you that labor and heavy laden, and I'm going to give you rest. You look for some rest? What, you wait until Saturday? Check this out. Come to me and you got it now. Today, you hear his voice. Harden not your heart. You got it today. We need to rest from our sins every single day. The 10 Commandments is cool. It came out of the mouth of Yah, and Yah's the spirit. It was put on stone, which represents the stony heart of man. One of the commandments is to keep the Sabbath. The rest, if you know the definition of Sabbath. Keep the rest. What is the true rest? It's resting from your evil deeds, your work. Okay, come on. Let's just look at it then. I'm running out of room here, but let's get it. Let's get it real quick. Let's go to Hebrews 4, y'all. Then I'm going to let y'all go. I just want to deal with it a little bit today. Look, if y'all want to study it, please do. Read Hebrews 3 and 4, and all you'll get to understand it right. Look at this. Look what it say. Okay, 4 and 4. For he spake in a certain place of the seventh day on this wise. Of the seventh day. What's the seventh day? The day that the Most High rested after creating the world. The earth, right? Look. The Most High wasn't tired. He's a spirit. And they that worship him was worship spirit and truth. He was leading to the coming of the Mashiach. Look at this. For he spake in a certain place on the seventh day on this wise. And Yah did rest the seventh day from all of his works, right? And again, in this place again, if they shall enter to his rest. He's talking about the children of Israel in the wilderness. They was keeping the Sabbath. They was gathering twice as much on Friday because they couldn't do it on Sabbath. They was keeping it. But he said they didn't enter into my rest. If you read up, you'll see that they didn't enter his rest because they were sinning. Because that's the real rest. Resting from sin. Undoing what Adam did. He sinned against the Most High. That's the problem. The wage of sin is death. Not no doggone specific day. Come on, y'all. But anyway, let's just read it. I ain't gonna, feel me? And in this place again, if they shall enter to my rest. He said they still ain't entered in. Right? Seeing therefore it remaineth that some must enter therein. Did you hear that? It still remained. The Sabbath keeping Israel still had to enter in because they wasn't entering in the real rest. If you read up, they came short because what he told them wasn't mixed with faith. They were sinning. They were going against them. They were complaining. They wanted to go back to Egypt. They was complaining. They tempted him 10 times. And that's what Psalms 95 is talking about. And that's what dealing with David in Psalms 95. They kept sinning. That was the problem. Right? Sabbath was mentioned 85 times in the book of Acts. That's good. What's your point? I agree. It's mentioned more in the Apocrypha and other books. Great. But the key is, I'm just trying to show you what it is. If that's cool. Look, again, he limiteth a certain day. No, where am I? Okay, look at this. I want y'all to get this right. And he spake in a certain place of the seventh day that was mentioned 85 times in the book of Acts. Jehoshaphat just let us know. And he spake again of a certain place on the seventh day on this wise. And Yah did rest the seventh day from his work. So we good on the Sabbath, right? He rested, right? And in this place again, if they shall enter to my rest, they were keeping the Sabbath. So why is he still talking about rest? Seeing therefore it made it that some must enter therein. And they to whom it was first preached entered not in because of unbelief. They were keeping the Sabbath. The unbelief he's talking about is sinning against him. Again, he limiteth a certain day. When did he limit a certain day? Talking about the Sabbath, the rest, right? And again, he limiteth a certain day, saying in David, read Psalms 95, y'all, saying in David, today, after a long time, as it is said, today, if you will hear his voice, harden not your hearts. If Joshua had given them rest, remember, he's the one that took them into Canaan, and Canaan was another type of a Sabbath, rest. He took them in, but that still wasn't the rest, right? That still was not the rest. It was a type of a rest, but it wasn't a true rest. It was a shadow of the Mashiach walking in the Ruach HaKodesh, leaving the wilderness. Leaving Egypt was leaving sin, coming out of the worldly state of mind. Going to the wilderness is your being tried and tested. Being tempted like the Most High, like the Mashiach, like the Messiah was tempted in the wilderness. They were tempted in the wilderness, and they flunked the 10 plagues that hit Egypt with to free them out of the world. They undid it with 10 sins, called it the provocation. And when they did that, he said they are not entered into my rest because it was sin. They were keeping the physical Sabbath. So. 8th verse. For if Yeshua had given them rest, then would he not afterward have spoken of another day? They were keeping the Sabbath up under Moses. Excuse me. And then they turned around and entered into Canaan, was a type of rest, and they still didn't have a true rest. For if Joshua had given them rest, then would he not afterward have spoken of another day? There remained therefore a rest to the people of Yah. For he that has entered to his rest, now he finna tell you, the true rest, right? For he that entered to his rest, he also has ceased from his own works, as Yah did from his. That is the rest. Us resting from our own works, our own lifestyle. Come on to me, all you that labor and are heavy laden. You laboring, trying to have a relationship with the Most High. You laboring, trying to find happiness. Come on to all you that labor and heavy laden, and I'll give you rest. Because the Mashiach is the true rest. We were baptized into his death. That's the rest. Now we're going to rise up to walk in the newness of life. We're not doing us no more. That's the true rest. I'm resting from being a liar, cussing, and cheat. Oh, we're going to deal with it today, y'all. He that entered his rest, he has also ceased from his own works, as Yah did from his. 11th verse. Let us labor, therefore, to enter into that rest. That's the rest. You want to labor? Labor to, therefore, to enter that rest. Lest any man fall from the same example of unbelief. Folks kicking back on the Saturday. You ain't keeping the Sabbath. I don't even know why we front and want to defend a day that we ain't keeping. You ain't keeping it. You don't know nobody that's keeping it. You ain't keeping it, they ain't keeping it, but you want to argue it. What sense that make? Let us labor, therefore, to enter into the rest in the Mashiach. Lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief. Let's go to the top. I just want y'all to get this, what this unbelief is, right? 4:1. Let us therefore fear, lest a promise being left of us of entering to his rest. Here we go again. 4:1, Hebrews 4:1. We trying to enter the Let us therefore fear, lest a promise being left us of entering into his rest, any of you should seem to come short of it. Don't come short of this rest, y'all. For unto us was the gospel preached as well as unto them. But the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it. That was the problem. They heard the word and they were sinning against the Most High. They were murmuring and complaining and wanted to go back to Egypt. And that's the rest that he expected them to rest from that dumb stuff, that wickedness, that unbelief that they was under. Rest from that, like Yah did from here, but they couldn't do it. So he's letting them know, you think you resting by keeping the Sabbath? You got the game twisted. That's a shadow of the true rest. And the true rest is in the Mashiach, in the word. Because he said the gospel was preached unto them as well as unto us. 3rd verse. For we which have believed, did y'all hear this? For we which have believed do enter into his rest. Because that's the true rest. Believing him, believing his word and obeying him and resting from what you would do. You would have slept with them. You would have cussed them out. You would have cut their throat. You would have did it. You would have did it. You would have did it. Still been doing it. I'm done. For we which have believed do enter to his rest, as he said, I've sworn in my wrath if they shall enter to my rest, although the works was finished from the foundation of the world. He already established a particular day, and he was letting them know those that was keeping that wasn't keeping it. Because they didn't even know what it was yet until the Mashiach came. When the Mashiach came, whoo, it was on and popping. 2 Thessalonians 2. Okay, I understand the man of lawlessness. I don't understand what they got to do with what we're talking about, but you can hit me, and we can talk about it better. Because I don't know what to do with that. I know 2 Thessalonians, I know what that is, Aki, but I don't know what that got to do with what we're talking about. But look at this. Let me show you something else. Look at this. And I'm gonna close with this. I'm not gonna keep you all night. I gotta go. Look at this. Look what it say. Just to cut through the time, right? Cut through the chase. Look at this, y'all. Let's go to Galatians 5:16. We'll just cut through. Look what it say. I'm gonna show y'all this. And then I'm gonna go back to the original scripture, and then we're gonna close from the original scripture. But look, Galatians 5:16. This I say then, walk in the Ruach, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. Watch this, y'all. For the flesh lusts against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. These are contrary to one to another, so you cannot do the things that you would. That's the rest. Rest. You can't do you. Like the Most High rested on the 7th day, we need to, today, renamed in David, we need to rest. Because the reason why we got to rest from the flesh, our sinful nature, is because it lusts against the Ruach. And the Ruach is against the flesh. These are contrary to one to another, so you can't do what you want to do. But if you are led of the Ruach, you're not under the law. Woo! Did it say that? But if you're led of the Ruach, you're not under the law. Did the Mashiach come? Till the Mashiach came. Ain't that what it said? The law reigned till the Mashiach came. The Mashiach came? Look, but if you're led of the Ruach, you're not under the law. Should I read that again? Am I being too redundant? Apparently I'm not. So I'm going to read it again. But if you're led of the Ruah, you're not under the law. But if you're led of the Ruah, you're not under the law. But if you're led of the Spirit, you're not under the law. Is that better? But if you're led of the Spirit, you are not under the law. If I have a relationship with the Most High and his Spirit is leading and guiding me, I'm not under the law? Right. Because the law came because of transgressions. If you're led of the Spirit, you're not transgression. But if you're led of the Spirit, you're not under the law. Now watch this. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these. Now look, this is what puts you under the law. I hope y'all getting this. You want to be under the law? Those of you that want to be under the law, this is all you got to do. And you'll be up under it. Look what it say. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these. Adultery, you're under the law. Fornication, you're under the law. Uncleanness, you're under the law. Lasciviousness, because the law came because of transgressions. Wasn't no law when he was dealing with Abraham because Abraham wasn't doing this. The law came because Israel, his seed, was. So he put him in captivity, rescued him, and then gave him the law to show them why mankind was dying and why they was in captivity. He let them know, because where there's no law, there's no transgression. So he gave them the law so they could see their transgressions, right? Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these. Adultery, under the law. Fornication, under the law. Uncleanness, under the law. Lasciviousness, under the law. Idolatry, you're under the law. Witchcraft, you're under the law. Hatred, you're under the law. Variance, you're under the law. Emulations, you're under the law. Wrath, strifes, seditions, hearsays, envy, and murder, drunkenness, and the reveling, and the such like, which I told you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of Yah. Woo! But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. If you're led by the Ruah, there ain't no law against that. So if you're led of the Ruah, you're not under the law. And the Mashiach brought the Ruah. Come on to me, all you that labor, you're in the Ruah. You're under love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such, there is no law.
Invalid option.
Man, I hope y'all getting this. I'm going to close out with this. I'm going to close out with the beginning, y'all, because I can't keep y'all all night. Y'all go back over the message. If you didn't write the stuff down, write it down and go send it, go share it with Israel. And if they get mad, tell them to call me. And we'll get to work. 1 Timothy is 1:7 again. Look what it say. I'm going to close with this. Desiring to be teachers of the law. You got a whole lot of teachers want to teach the law. You don't even know what you're talking about. Understanding neither what they say nor where they affirm. You got, are you right? You don't even know. Come on, man. Are you serious right now? But we know that the law is good. It came out of the mouth of the Most High. Of course it's good. There's no sin in him. Of course it's good. The problem wasn't the law. For what the law, Romans 8, y'all, for what the law could not do in that it was weak through the flesh, Yah sending his son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin condemned sin in the flesh, that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. So the law is righteous. We couldn't keep it because of our sinful nature. So what he did was those that believe him, he baptized himself inside of us, giving us the power to rest. To enter into his rest. We have the ability to enter into his rest now. And rest from our carnal nature. Because our carnal nature is enmity against Yah. It's not subject to the law of Yah, neither indeed can be. So we rest from our old nature. And when do we do it? On the Sabbath. Renamed in David, today. Designed to be teachers of the law, understanding neither what they say, nor where they affirm. But we know that the law is good if a man uses it lawfully. You got to know it. You got to know what you're doing. You don't want to put people under law because if you're justified by the law, you're falling from grace, and we're saved by grace through faith. We're saved by the unearnable power of the Most High through faith, right? Through obeying Him, right? Knowing this, we got to know this. Jehoshaphat, I'm going to call you, man. But knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man. Did y'all hear that? Who the law made for? Is it for you? You ain't righteous then. Didn't we just read the manifestation of the works of the flesh is this? Adultery, fornication, lasciviousness, so on and so on and so forth, right? Because that's who the law is for. But if you led by the Ruah, the law ain't for you. Knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man. If you led of his spirit, you righteous. You take on the righteousness of the Most High. I think that's 2 Corinthians 5, last verse in that area, right? But knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man. The law is not made for a righteous man, y'all. But for the lawless, for the disobedient. For the lawless and the ain't it? Come on, y'all, help me, right? It's made for the lawless and the disobedient, right? For the ungodly, for the sinners, for the unholy, for the profane, for the murderers of fathers and mothers, for manslayers, for whoremongers, for them that defile themselves with mankind, men stealers, liars, perjured persons. That's who it's for. The law came 430 years after the Most High made a promise to Abraham. 430 years later, because in them 430 years, his seed acted a fool. So he dealt with him. He got him for it too. And then he entered into a covenant agreement, gave him another chance. They blew it again. Mashiach came unto his own received him not. But as many as received him, to them gave he power to become the sons and daughters of the Most High. They were able to be saved, but the majority was tripping. And they was hollering with Rome, crucify him. They wanted Rome to kill. They just like now, Rome's still killing folks. We can't. We'll go to jail. But Rome's still killing us, shooting us down in the streets and all that. We can't do it, but they can, and go on vacation when they're done. But we need to learn. They're hollering, crucify him, kill him. So about 30-some years later, Rome, after his crucifixion, Rome hit Jerusalem. And killed everybody that still was in there. Those that was able to get the heck up out of there fled into Nigeria and Ghana, all in that West Africa, hiding until they caught up with them in the 1600s and started shipping them into slavery, according to Deuteronomy 28. Snatched their identity and whooping us, and we tore up where we are now. But my prayer to Yah for Israel is this, that they might be saved. Because I bear them, they have a zeal of Yah, but it ain't according to knowledge, for they being ignorant of Yah's righteousness, going about to establish their own righteousness, and have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of Yah. Can these dry bones live? Yeah, prophesy to them. Continue to tell them the truth. Prophesy to them. It ain't a carnal commandment. Come on, y'all. What did it say? We have grace when we fail by grieving the Holy Spirit. When we fail to, you're right, Jehoshaphat, 100%. I totally agree with you, 100%. We have grace when we. Oh no! When we fail by grieving, we have grace. No, that's wrong. I apologize. I said that wrong. Grace gives us the ability not to sin. But see, I have to teach that the next time. I can't go into that right now. So keep that thought. And I plan to teach it the very, what's the day? I'll teach it. I'll teach it. I'll teach it Sun God Worship Day. Sunday. This is the day that Yah has made. I rejoice and be glad in it. Every day is alike to me. I got to rest every single day. So I'll teach it Sunday at about 11 o'clock. If you get a chance, chime in, and I plan to. Someone got to remind me. Y'all remind me to teach that, okay, about grace. If you can, family member, chime in, if you can. Mercy is what it should be. Yeah, mercy and grace is two different things. Yeah, mercy is mercy. When we fail, we need mercy. If we have grace, we have the power not to fall, not to sin. Grace prevents us from sinning, And if we do, we need mercy, not grace. We need mercy. Or we always need his grace, though, his saving grace. But it ain't, you need mercy if you grieve him. Yeah. Get grace and you ain't going to grieve him. Knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man, but for the lawless, disobedient, the ungodly, the sinner, for the unholy, for the praying, murders of fathers, mothers stealing, whoremongers and defiled homosexuals, perjured persons, tripping, and anything that's contrary to sound doctrine. Come on, y'all. You don't want to be under the law. You need his unmerited favor, his grace. Yes, exactly. My fault. Love you, bro. You know I do, man. Love to joust with you and getting his word. We've been doing this for some years now, family. Love you, bro. Thanks for making it interesting. For the other side of the argument. So yeah. But anyway, y'all, we need his grace. We need his unmerited favor, and through that we can live right. Because the carnal mind can't do it, and that's why he baptized himself inside of us, giving us the power. You shall receive power after the Ruach HaKodesh has come upon you. And we don't want a relationship with the law. We want a relationship with him. I pray the word blessed you and you got something out of it. Let's pray. Spirit of the Most High, we love you. Thank you for this opportunity to glean your word. We pray that your word will fall for clarity, falling down the souls of your children, springing up everlasting life. Cause your children to go back over it again. And I dare you to share this message about 16 times on your page. It's exaggeration, y'all. But share the lesson. If you got something out of it and you believe that it can help Israel. Continue to pray for me as I pray for you. Be Baruch and Barak Shalom. With that being said, push the share button. If this ministry is blessing you and you want to sow, all you got to do is go to PayPal, and put in DerrickMann5857 at yahoo.com. That's DerrickMann 5857 at yahoo.com. And sow your seed, or you can give through Facebook. And if you want to chop it up for a minute, and you too, host. I don't know if this thing gonna let us though, family. King, I don't know if it's gonna let us because it's tripping, but let's try it. Dial 302-202-1102, extension 815648. Again, 302-202-1102, extension 815648, and see what happens. See what happens. Thanks for hanging out. Y'all be Baruch and Barak Shalom. I'm gone.